afternoon, or good morning, depending on where you're joining us from today. Welcome to today's webinar. My name is Cara Kurtz, and I am the Senior Coordinator of Business Development at ASTA, and I will be the organizer for today's presentation. We are very happy to welcome today's presenter, Veronique DeVois, Hilton's Director of Global Travel Partnerships. Veronique has an extensive experience in the travel industry and is the ASTA contact for Hilton. Veronique also manages key relationships with various consortia and TMC accounts for Hilton. Before we get started with her amazing presentation, I'd like to point out a few important features on your screen that will allow you to interact with us via the web. We will be answering your questions at the end of this presentation. To ask a question, you will be using your GoToWebinar pane. Near the bottom of this pane, there is an area that says questions. If you click the white arrow next to where it says questions, it will pop open another window pane that you'll be using to communicate with me today. If you're having trouble hearing this presentation, please make sure that your speakers are turned on. And if you've called in, please try hanging up and dialing back in again. You can send me any technical issues via this questions pane, and I will try to answer them via the same pane to the best of my ability. Please note that all audience members are muted. We certainly want to hear from you, but we have so many people on today's call, background noise would prove to be prohibitive, and we want to ensure that everyone could hear Veronique's entire presentation. Please remember, Veronique has some amazing giveaways on today's webinar. One attendee will win an amazing 2-night stay at a Hilton property from our amazing partners, while 2 other attendees will win VTA Certifications classes, courtesy of Hilton. In order to be eligible, you must be on this presentation from beginning to end, and we will be announcing our 2-night stay winner live after the Q&A session, and Veronique will be giving some more details on how you can win the VTA certification classes. Finally, please remember that this webinar is being recorded and will be available for on-demand viewing at asta.org by the end of the week. Now, without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce Veronique. Veronique, please take it away.
Thank you so much, Cara. I'm so excited to be here today. It's truly the first time I do an ASTA webinar since the start of the pandemic. So thrilled with the number of attendees who have committed the time to join me today for some updates about Hilton. I feel honored to be able to present to you. Without further ado, let's get going. And as Cara mentioned, we do have a couple of cool prizes today. It's a night stay at a property, but Hilton is a Platinum ASTA Prod sponsor, and one of the things that I'm really passionate about since the launch of it is the ASTA Verified Travel Advisor program. I became a VTA certified advisor, if you will, when it first launched. And even though I've been in the industry 20+ years, I learned so much while I was taking the certification. So I know it's so worthwhile. And because of it, we've been a sponsor of VTAs for some travel advisors. So today, as Cara mentioned, I will be giving away 2 complimentary enrollments in ASTA's VTA program, and I'll give you some more information about that at the end of the presentation, and then also the 2-night stay that we will be giving away too. So thrilled again to be here. I was so excited to have an opportunity to see you in person in Washington, D.C. at Hilton, Washington for a global conference. And now that we're going virtual, I know that I'll be able to see even more of you through that program. So looking forward to that. Today, I'm going to give you a few updates about our portfolio, and then obviously spend quite a bit of time on COVID-19 updates and what we're doing at Hilton through the pandemic, and to try to get your customers to stay with us and feel confident and safe when they do so. Some updates about Hilton Honors, a quick walkthrough of our travel advisor portal, booking with us, and then how to contact us. And then when I say when to contact us, know that through all of this, the team that handles travel agency consortia and TMC relationships, we're all here and ready to help if you have any questions. I personally manage the relationship with ASTA, and I'm here 5 days a week. If you need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We have a full team of folks here to help you, and I'll provide an email address at the end of the presentation that you can use for that. But to kick things off, just an update, we have a very fresh number of properties in the portfolio, 6,162 hotels in 118 countries around the world. So I feel confident when travel comes back and you and your customers are looking to travel, we have the perfect property for them wherever they want to go in the world. And these are just 3 photos of 3 properties I was supposed to go to since the pandemic started. On the left is the beautiful Waldorf Astoria, Los Cabos, Pedregal. In the center is the Conrad, Dubai. And on the far right is the beautiful Caribe Hilton in San Juan, Puerto Rico. So looking forward to going to one of those as travel starts again. Our portfolio has grown to feature 18 brands, and this brand grid makes it really simple to know where our various brands fall within the portfolio. And this is a really great reference guide too. And I think we'll share a copy of the presentation with you, but if you want to take a screen grab of this, it makes it really easy to understand where all the brands fall. So if you're looking for a luxury, it's the left side column. If you're looking for an all suites product, those 3 brands are listed there for you. And we even have on our vacation ownership portfolio, we have vacation rentals. So if you have clients looking for condo or villa rentals, we even have those fully commissionable, and you book them just like you would any other property in our portfolio, either in the GDS or online. Through the pandemic, the brands that have seen the most traffic, and of course we cater a lot to healthcare workers and essential workers, have been Hampton and True, because there's a lot of drive-to trips taking place now, and those are literally everywhere that somebody might want to drive to. And also our all suites brands have been extremely popular because they have amenities like the kitchen and the extra living room and separate bedrooms. So, and then since Memorial Weekend, we've seen a lot of folks who have been cabin fevered, like all of us, who have looked to our resort properties for getaways. So it's been a little bit all over the map, but this is how all 18 of our brands fall. Motto, Signia, and Temple we'll talk about on a different webinar, because we don't have opened hotels under those brands just yet. So stay tuned for those. Canopy 20 and 20, if I go back, Canopy is under our luxury and lifestyle category. So Canopy is a brand that we launched. We have 15 open properties now. They're amazingly popular with travel advisors and with their customers. And we're saying 20 and 20 because we're opening 20 additional Canopy properties in 2020. Even through the pandemic, there is no slowdown. And I know a couple of you had pre-asked some questions about, is there still going to be growth and openings? We have not slowed down on the opening of any of our properties. So we're still on track for the Canopy to have 20 more properties in 2020. Next month, Jersey City here in New Jersey, where I live, is opening. Philadelphia's opened. West Palm Beach recently opened. They're just really fun. Believe it or not, I stopped traveling in early March and I stayed at 3 Canopy between January and March. They're fabulous. If you haven't seen them and one pops up in your area, please walk in. The folks are called lead enthusiasts instead of salespeople, sales manager, and they're very eager to show you what their beautiful properties look like. They're located in key destinations, but they're also made to look and feel like they're part of the neighborhood that they are located in. So the decor, the food, take-home gifts for guests are all sourced locally from the neighborhood, and all have that inspiration of the look and feel that the neighborhood gives out. So, for example, at the Washington, D.C. Wharf property, it has a very nautical theme, and again, everything is sourced right there from the neighborhood. So very cool properties for you to get to know, and very, very popular with the travelers that we see come through from travel advisors. True by Hilton, as I mentioned earlier, it's been really popular with our customers through the pandemic and before, of course. We have 100 hotels open currently, 300 more coming in the pipeline. It's one of our newest brands. All the properties are new builds. So all, if you can see from the photos, modern, fresh looking feel to them. Breakfast is included. Just if you haven't seen a True yet, to pop in. There's tons of communal space where people can be together but still have that, be able to social distance. Just really fun properties, and the price point is around $100 a night, breakfast included. So very, very affordable properties, and they're in secondary and tertiary markets. So perfect for your customers who are preferring to drive maybe instead of flying right now. Home 2 Suites, I mentioned again, was one of our most popular brands through all of this because it is a suites product, and it does have the separate kitchen from living in, from bedroom area. You'll see the photo on the bottom is a typical unit, and it can have double beds or a king, of course. They're 100% pet friendly. So as you maybe are booking for essential workers or folks who may be relocating, as is happening a lot, if you have somebody looking for a property that will take a pet, all of the Home 2s are pet friendly. We have 350 of the properties open, 450 more coming. So they're very spacious, and again, it's a price point below Homewood Suites. So very affordable property, barbecue grills outside, can still put food in the fridge, eat in the unit if they want to, or come down and eat in the outdoor space. Just perfect kind of property for leisure and corporate travelers. And then on to our COVID-19 update. When we started all of this, we partnered with American Express Financial Services to donate 1 million room nights to frontline medical professionals. We looked at 9 or 10 medical professional associations, and we partnered with them and American Express Financial Services to donate 1 million room nights to those essential workers. We also had Hilton Honors members sitting home, not necessarily traveling, saying, what can I do with my points? Can I donate them? So we have made it possible for Hilton Honors members to donate to organizations like the World Central Kitchen by Jose Andres, for those of you who are familiar with it, and several other organizations like that, where their points can really, really make a big difference in somebody's life. At the bottom of the screen is hilton.com/coronavirus. That page is constantly being updated with new information. If you take note of it and bookmark it in your browser, if we have new information, we'll post it there. So it's always the freshest, newest information. So it's a really good URL for you to bookmark. Travel flexibility. Many of you asked the question, like, what is the flexibility in rebooking or canceling? When all this madness started, as of March 12th, we made it possible for folks to, for reservations that were made prior to March 12th, to be able to cancel them without penalty within 24 hours of arrival through August 31st. And that was originally June 30th, but we've recently just extended it to August 31st to make sure that you're offering the most flexibility. If your customers are weary of maybe booking and having to cancel later on, we've made it very simple for you to be able to change or cancel reservations. Same for flexibility for future reservations. Any reservations that you're booked from that March 12th date through August 31st can be changed within 24 hours, also at no charge. So just know that you have that flexibility if somebody wants to book a room and needs to make modifications later on. Hilton CleanStay with Lysol is what we launched. We were the industry first in hospitality to launch a chain-wide across all 6,100 properties, a policy that is really easy to understand. It's not like Hampton's doing something different than DoubleTree. All brands, all hotels participate in the Hilton CleanStay. We partnered with Lysol, as you can see from my screen, and we also partnered with the Mayo Clinic. We got together with them. We got together with hotel owners and with travelers, and we said, what will it take for customers to feel confident and safe coming to stay with us through the pandemic, post-pandemic? And together with Lysol and with the Mayo Clinic, we have come up with the list that's on my screen. So the first thing is the CleanStay room seal. And if you see on the right, there's a photo of that room seal. So there's a seal that once housekeeping does a deep clean of the room, they will add the sticker to the door itself and then the door jamb. And so when a customer arrives at his or her room, they'll see that nobody has entered that room since it was deep clean and disinfected. So we've been getting so much positive feedback about that. It does bring a level of peace of mind, if you will, to customers when they see that seal. 10 high-touch deep clean areas. I'll show you a diagram of that in a second. We've taken out the paper product, the pen and pencil, the hotel directory, all the things that could be touched by multiple people. That is not necessarily required in rooms anymore. We've decluttered the rooms. Of course, if somebody says, I need a pen in my room, we're happy to bring one, but just know that we have eliminated a lot of the high-touch things that could be touched by customer after customer. The fitness centers also have deep clean policies throughout the day. When there's nobody in the fitness centers, we close them and disinfect them further, just taking it a step above the already clean policies that we had in place. We are making disinfecting wipes available to customers. We have contactless check-in, which the app on the right side image shows, and we'll get into the app in a second because it's so critical to this whole recovery. And then we're testing out some innovative, cool technologies for disinfection, such as electrostatic sprayers, ultraviolet lights to clean things. So just really at the recommendation of the Mayo Clinic and Lysol, we are making so many different things beyond just what's listed here. The 10 high-touch deep clean areas I mentioned earlier are on my screen. It's everything that you might expect: light switches. The remote is deep cleaned, and it goes into a sleeve that really shows that it was deep cleaned prior to arrival. Of course, all the bathroom surfaces, all the different things that you would think of. The bedding we already had in place, where the duvet covers or the bedspreads and the pillowcases, of course, and sheets. But all of that was already getting clean after each guest. But we're continuing that high temperature cleaning, where we know and feel good that all of the germs and anything that might be on the bedspreads or duvet covers and the linens is getting cleaned. Hard surfaces, obviously, anything that was food and beverages in the room is also getting, there's a lot of disposable things versus maybe like a glass, more of a single-use things too that are being put in the rooms. Hilton Honors, we have made some changes. For those of you or your customers who are road warriors who finally, like me last year, earned diamond status for the very first time and now can't use the benefits of that status, we have made 3 major changes to our Hilton Honors program. For those folks who didn't quite travel enough in 2019 to keep or grow their status and they were going to be downgraded at the end of March, we're automatically extended their status through 2021. For those of us, like I said, who earned status in 2019 We are getting extended through 2022, March 31st. And for folks whose points, Hilton Honors points, were going to expire because there had been no activity for 18 plus months, and those points were going to expire this year. We are not expiring anybody's points. We're extending all of that through December 31st to give everybody a chance to reactivate their accounts, if you will. And keeping Honors account activated is not just with room nights. We have partnerships with restaurants where you can earn points. We have partnership with Lyft for car sharing services. So there are multiple ways that you can earn points beyond just staying at a property. So just know that we've done all of this already ahead of people coming to us and saying, hey, I'm a Hilton Honors Diamond member, what will you do? We proactively did all of this so that our valuable Hilton Honors members feel good about the policy changes that we're making. Speaking of Hilton Honors, I mentioned earlier that touchless and counterless check-ins is key. We polled corporate travelers, meeting planners, and we said, what are the top things that will make you feel good about coming back to the hotel? And it was counterless check-in. So the Hilton Honors app, for those who have it, is fabulous. I use it on every stay. The app lets you, the day prior to arrival, as long as there's a Hilton Honors number in the client's reservation, lets you check in for your stay for the next day, and then choose your own room. So if you like a high floor, a low floor, near the elevator, not near the elevator, on the photo that I have on my screen, maybe you're anti-Cameron Street and you don't want to stay on Cameron Street, you can pick and choose which room you want within the property. So the app lets you check in for your room, choose your room, and it lets you use your smartphone as your room key. So technically, if you wanted to, you could check in the day prior to arrival, request a digital key through your phone, and get to the property, walk straight to the elevators, walk up to the room, and then unlock the door with the app in the phone, and totally bypassing the front desk if your customers and yourself want to do that. Of course, we're taking every precaution for social distancing. There's plexiglass at the check-in counters to make sure that you, your customer, and our team members are feeling safe. But for those of you who absolutely have told us, counterless check-in is important, we have that. We've had that. The Hilton Honors app is outstanding. We have 106 million Hilton Honors members. And the app is getting downloaded at amazing numbers since the start of all this. So if you have clients who have Honors but didn't download the app yet, please recommend that they do that. The app also lets you and your customers check out of the room. So you can have a completely, if you don't want to, you can completely have a stay with us where you check in, go into your room without going to the counter, and also check out of the room without going to the counter. The app has a button that says check out. You simply click on it. It checks you out of the room and then emails you a folio of your reservations. Folios are also stored in the app. So if you look at my photo of the phone, there's a button at the top that says canceled, past, upcoming. Under past, any reservations that was made with a Hilton Honors number has a folio stored there. So if you missed the email or just deleted it by mistake, or have a client that calls you and says, hey, I stayed, I need my folio, instead of having to get on the phone with a property, you could absolutely just tell your customer to either log into his, her account, or to access the app and download the folio there. So, and that's of course critical for a lot of expense reports and things like that. So complete solution right at the touch of the phone. So highly recommend that you propose that to your clients. We have a lot of customers who are frequent travelers who are just kind of sitting home waiting for things to reopen right now, who have a gazillion Hilton Honors points in their accounts like I had at the beginning of pandemic, not so much anymore. You could absolutely recommend that they link their Hilton Honors account to their Amazon account. And if they need to shop online for anything on Amazon, when they have items in their shopping cart at the time of payment, they can opt to choose with Hilton Honors points. So we have road warriors who have several million Hilton Honors points. They'll never be able to use all of those for stays or to book an experience with us or to shop in our mall. They can absolutely use those points to buy essentials, and maybe it's a small business owner who right now they need copier paper or they need disinfectant wipes or masks or whatnot. They can absolutely use their points to do that. I wanted to make sure that you were familiar with that. For those of you who are event planners, we are seeing a resurgence of events being booked, which is such music to our ears, of course. We do have a Hilton Honors Global Event Planner program where by working with the property and providing your Hilton Honors number to when you're booking an event with us, 10 rooms or more, you can earn Hilton Honors points for that event. And that is good on guest rooms, meeting rooms, food and beverage, and AV needs at many of the hotels. So when you're working with a property to book an event, just let them know you want to participate in the event planner program to earn your Hilton Honors points, and they will make that happen for you. It's events you're booking with us anyways. I would love for you to gain access to getting additional Hilton Honors points that you could then redeem for, maybe it's Amazon for yourself, for your small business, or for future stays. So urge you to do that. We do have a team for those of you maybe who are starting out, or maybe you need to book an event in a destination that you're not quite familiar with. We do have a full staff here of folks who work with travel advisors all the time to book meetings and events. They're called Hilton Direct, and I'll show you where their contact information is, but you would simply call them and say, I have a budget of, I'm making this up, of course, it's a pre-cruise in Miami, so I need like 2 rooms ahead of the cruise, and I have 20 rooms. My budget is $150, I'm making this up, $150, what do you have? And the Hilton Direct folks can look across all of our properties in the portfolio in that destination over the same dates and make recommendations for you. So if you are booking into a destination maybe you're not quite familiar with, or you just want the help to kind of cut down on the amount of work you have to do and the research you have to do, please reach out to those folks. They are amazing and work with travel advisors and meeting planners all the time. Travel Advisor Portal is our travel advisor website, travelagents.hilton.com. You may want to bookmark that. It's chock full of good information. It'll give you the most up-to-date COVID stuff that we're working on. Here you could come and do some training to learn more about our various brands. Maybe you say, I showed you True earlier and you weren't familiar with True by Hilton. Okay, go on here and there will be some overviews about each of our brands. This is where you would learn about Hilton Honors, the meeting planner program. All of our loyalty program information is listed here. We have agent resources, like we have hot sheets, which are quarterly newsletters with some awesome deals and featured hotels that could be really advantageous for you to take a look at. This is also where you would come to book your travel advisor rates. When you're traveling for yourself, you would just simply go under offers on the top navigation, and it will come to a page that looks like this. And then you'll know you're on the right page because it'll say it's your turn to travel with your exclusive travel agent rate. And then you would click the book my exclusive rate and enter your destination and travel dates. And if we have travel advisor rate, we will show them to you. If you are booking online and not through the GDS, you can actually come here also to book. If you see on the top of the website, there's a black button that says book on the top right. That's where you would book for your customers. So all of our, and I'll show you this in a second, all of our Hilton websites are travel advisor friendly. So you could come here to book, or you could go to Hilton.com or Hampton.com to book to. All of the websites are travel advisor friendly. Booking with us, for those of you who are on a GDS, we have a master chain code EH, which will show you every Hilton if you do chain code EH through your search criteria. We also have now 17 chain codes. If you don't want to remember all of those, just remember EH for every Hilton. For those of you who book online versus the GDS, as I just mentioned, all of our websites are travel advisor friendly. And you'll see, I did a screenshot so you could see where that would be. So through the booking process, you'll come to a place, and I highlighted it in a pink box that says special accounts and rates, travel agent number. And that would be your IATA, CLIA, or TRUE numbers. We accept all three. We pay commission to IATA holders, CLIA holders, and TRUE members. So we love everybody, all travel advisors. You would just add that number there, and then we will know to pay your commission, obviously, once travel takes place. So if you're booking online, that's how you would do that. And as I mentioned, we have a full staff of folks who are here to help you through this craziness, and when it's less crazy also. If you have commission inquiries, if you need help with some GDS questions, we have a help desk. They're fabulous. All of this contact information is on that travel agent portal that I mentioned earlier, travelagents.hilton.com. All of this contact info is there, so you don't have to memorize or take any notes. All that info is there. The Hilton Direct, as I mentioned earlier, their phone number is listed here. There's also a web address on travelagents.hilton.com listed for them too, if you need meetings and group planning information. But we are here to help. We are here to support. Again, my teammates and me who manage travel agency consortia or TNC partnerships are all here to help you. If you are an agency owner or manager and you want maybe like I know you'll get a link to this recording, but if you need additional help with your travel advisors to gain them a level of confidence when it's time to send your customers back to us, we have taken every measure to make sure that it's safe and that your customers will feel confident when they're staying with us. So I'm really excited to start seeing some business pick up again. We had about 900 hotels closed. China's all reopened. Europe is reopening. We are seeing, tons of properties. We get a daily report, and so nice to see these properties reopening. Some of you were asking about food outlets and the spas and the buffets, if a property offers a buffet. All of that is basically driven by what the local government agencies are mandating. So, for example, here in New Jersey, where I live, hotels can only open their food and beverage outlets to outdoor dining. And that just started a week ago. So it just really depends, varies by state, what's allowed for the properties to offer. But every precaution, of course, is taken to make sure that everything is ultra clean and ultra safe for your customers. And as I mentioned at the top of the call, I support the ASTA Verified Travel Advisors strongly. I'd love for you to take a photo of the screen if you're interested in becoming VTA certified. I will pick 2 lucky ASTA travel advisors to take their certification complimentary at Hilton. And all you need to do is email me why you'd like to become VTA certified. Just a couple sentences, nothing, not the Iliad, not like a giant essay, just a couple sentences. And you can email that to traveladvisors@hilton.com. And there is an S at the end of advisors, so traveladvisors@hilton.com. So I'd love for your entries to come in by June 30th. Today's the 23rd. And I will select the 2 winners by July 2nd and share who the winners are with you. So really looking forward to being able to do this for you and to, in the future, doing more sponsorship of VTA certification, because I think it's a wonderful program. and really a feather in your cap as you go to your customers and be able to use the logo that's at the bottom of the screen that shows your customers that you've taken that extra step to do this additional training. So can't wait to see all of your entries. If you have any questions, I think I tried to address a lot of the questions that you posed prior to the webinar through this content, but I'm an email or a phone call away if you need me. You can use this traveladvisors@hilton.com email address to come to me. There are several of us who monitor that mailbox, including me. So if you have questions, reach out. But that's all the information I wanted to cover with you today. Kara, if we have additional questions that are live today that can help answer.
Yes, Ronnie, thank you so much for an amazing presentation, and thank you for covering so many of our questions that I know our advisors posed beforehand in your presentation. We do have quite a few questions that have come in. Only some of them are for the good of the group, so I do want to let everyone know that if your question is not answered live, I will be sending Veronique all of our questions that we had today so that she and her team can reach out with any answers. So Veronique, with that, it looks like our first question is going to be, are all Hilton properties obligated to participate in all of the CleanStay protocols, or can independent properties choose which pieces they would like?
So the beautiful thing, and this was so fantastic when I heard we were doing this across the entire portfolio, is to have one policy that every hotel mandates to abide by. So it's part of our brand standards for, if it's a Hampton or DoubleTree or Embassy, all the brand standards now include this CleanStay policy that I showed you earlier. So yes, it's across all the hotels. Of course, individual properties can opt to do more than what we've already highlighted, but all of them need to implement the steps that I showed you earlier.
Thank you, Veronique. I know that we touched on a little bit of the dining situations, as well as eliminating more of the high-touch items inside of the hotel rooms, but can you elaborate a little bit on what's happening with the amenities in the executive lounges?
Yeah, so social distancing rules, if we can have, based on the state that the hotel is located in, as I mentioned earlier, some states won't have dining options indoors just yet. For those who allow indoor dining, we do have the clubs. There will be less folks. There are a certain number of folks who are allowed in the lounge at one time, and that's also mandated by the states. But be sure that you'll see lots of single-use glasses. So if you're getting a glass of wine, it might be a disposable cup. Instead of a glass or a porcelain plate, it might be a disposable single-use things, or what travelers are telling us they'd like to see in our restaurants and in our lounges in the lobby. So just know that that will take place and has already taken place. And that is at the request of our guests, and also some states mandate single-use utensils and glasses and flatware. So, based on what the states are mandating and our customers are asking, that's going to take place in the lounges.
Thank you. It looks like our next question is going to be, can you discuss the difference between booking on the Hilton portal versus booking through a GDS?
Yeah, so if you have a GDS, it's the same as booking through our portal. We show you best available or discounted rates in either places. So if you're a GDS agent, use that tool. And if you don't have a GDS, our website will show you the same rates that a GDS agent has access to. So yes, and there are no discounted rates on OTAs. Whatever rate we show travel advisors is the best rate we have in the system for anything. So, if your customers go on, one of the OTAs, they will not get a better rate than you can offer them on our portal. And we've made that commitment. We also have a best rate guarantee, and you can read about that on travel advisors, the travel agents.hilton.com. where we will give a refund if you can find a rate that's lower for the same room type or with the same dates on an OTA or third-party website. So feel confident you'll get the best price whether you are booking in the GDS or on our booking platforms.
Thank you. Looks like our next question that we have for you is, where can advisors find reopening dates for the hotels?
So it's all online. Each hotel is posting when they are starting to take reservations again. So it's as easy as kind of Googling the name of the property, and right on the top of their website, they'll show you exactly the reopening dates.
Thank you, Veronique. So to go back and touch a little bit on food, will happy hours as well as the breakfast buffets still be available?
Yeah, so there's changes. So some states aren't allowing buffets right now. We are also taking the decision to kind of reinvent how the buffet works. For now, let's say you were going to a Hampton and breakfast, of course, is included at a Hampton. You always have the option of doing a breakfast buffet or doing a to-go bag with breakfast. So now we have opted to do all to-go bags for now with the breakfast items that are in the buffet. And then kind of reinventing how we manage buffets. And there are many different variations of what that could look like, including it's still a buffet, but there is somebody there that will serve you the items that you want out of the buffet. There's also different layout of the buffets that are being created. So it's kind of like a moving target. Breakfast, if it was included before, it's still included. It could look a little differently right now than what it used to look like, just for everybody's safety. And I think we hear from travelers all the time, right now, I don't want the buffet. I just would rather have a to-go bag that I can take with me back to my room or on my appointment or on my travel. So we are still committed to offering whatever was free, so there's no loss of benefits in staying at one of the properties that had free buffet. But I could look a little bit different for the time being. But that's evolving based also on the local state laws also.
Thank you so much, Veronique. It looks like one of our advisors is wondering, will Hilton be extending any kind of special familiarization trips for travel advisors to educate themselves on how exactly these new hotel stays look?
Yeah, we are also at the hotel level. There's always fam trips or site inspections that can be booked. So it's as easy as reaching out to the director of sales of the property to set that up. But yeah, we have amazing properties. For those of you who've not heard, we partnered with Playa Hotels at the tail end of last year. So now we have those all-inclusives in the portfolio. So maybe you want to go see them because they are brand newly remodeled, and that's Montego Bay Rose Hall, Dominican Republic La Romana, Hilton La Romana, and also in Mexico. There's a all-inclusive brand new now through Playa Hotels, a brand new Hilton that just reopened in December. So maybe you want to go check those out. We have a beautiful, and it's named again in Travel and Leisure, #1 resort in Mexico, the Waldorf Astoria Los Cabos Pedregal. It used to be known as the resort at Pedregal, and it recently became a Waldorf Astoria. Maybe you want to go down to Los Cabos and check that out. So it's as easy as reaching out to the director of sales to set up an appointment, and they will love to show you around.
Thank you, Veronique. It looks like we have another advisor who is wondering if you all will be restarting the Unlimited Rewards program for agents that book Hilton hotels.
Absolutely. So as for those of you who are not familiar, Unlimited Rewards is our travel advisor loyalty program. And when I say our, I mean we participate in Avis and Budget's Unlimited Rewards program. So they alerted us, it feels like it could be a month or 2 months ago. Now all the days seem to be running into one another, but they notified us that they were pausing their program. And as a result, we had to pause too, because we're kind of reliant on their restart. So yes, of course, the program will relaunch. We're waiting on a relaunch date. But yes, absolutely. As soon as they want to restart, of course, we are there and open to doing that, of course.
Thank you, Veronique. And one last question before we announce our very lucky hotel stay winner. Back to the no penalty reservation policy. If there's a reservation that's made by August 31st, what is the date in which travel needs to be completed by?
Yeah, so the dates I don't know if they'll get extended any further than August 31st. Like I said last week, they just got extended from June 30th to August 31st. So the policy, again, if you go to the coronavirus, hilton.com/coronavirus, you'll see all of the changes, when they need to be booked by, and when they need to be canceled by. So right now it's scheduled arrival date no later than August 31st. They need to be canceled the day before arrival. But if we need to extend it past August 31st, we will do that. But that page, that URL, is where you'll get the latest information. But right now it's for travel, between the March 12th and the August 31st.
Perfect. Thank you, Veronique. So now it is time for our very anticipated winner drawing. So drum roll, please.
Yay!
All right. We have Ronnie May Latanzi. Ronnie May Latanzi, you are our very lucky winner of today's giveaway from Hilton. You won a 2-night stay at a Hilton Hotel and Resort property. So I will make sure that after this webinar, you are connected with our amazing presenter, Veronique. If we could all give a virtual round of applause for Veronique for the amazing presentation and all of the awesome COVID updates that I know that we were all really looking forward to. As I had mentioned at the beginning, this webinar was being recorded, so if you would like to listen to this presentation again, or if you know anybody else that this webinar may be beneficial for, which I'm sure we all do, you'll be able to find this on asta.org in our video resources library by the end of the week. Thank you again to our proud partners at Hilton, and again to you, Veronique, as well as to all of our advisors who took the time to join us for our webinar this afternoon. This will conclude our presentation. Veronique, do you have any closing words for us?
No, just thank you for your support. We're all in this together, and I'm thrilled you were able to join me today, and I'm available if you need anything. Thank you so much. Stay safe.
Thank you, Veronique. Everyone, have an absolutely amazing rest of your day.